So hey friends, I thought I could show you how to do keto buttermilk biscuits. The last time when I did show my stuffed vegetable platter, I had keto buttermilk biscuits in them, and I also posted it on my Facebook. So people, my friends and a lot of other people started asking me how to share a recipe of how to make keto buttermilk biscuits. So here it is. Today I have all the ingredients in front of me. I will show you, and then later I'll do the preparation. And while my cauliflower, stuffed meat cauliflower is cooking, let me prepare this and let it rest for a few hours so that it kind of fluffs up. So this is almond meal, and it won't rise like regular bread dough, but at least it gives it a very kind of a loose kind of texture. So I'm hoping to get that, and depends on what you use. So here it's almond meal. I have 3 cups of almond meal, and if you see, it's a very fine texture. You should always make sure that you get a very fine textured almond meal, so it helps in baking. It makes a whole lot of difference in the quality of the cookies or cake or bread or anything that you want the substitute or flour substitute to work as. So this is almond meal. I have here 2 teaspoons of xanthan gum and 2 teaspoons of baking powder. You can do half and half. Baking powder 1 teaspoon, 1 teaspoon baking soda, but I tried with baking soda. I got a little bit of a weird taste with it, so I kind of skipped that, and I'm going for 2 teaspoons of baking powder. I have some olive oil here. I'll use it finally to coat on the top before I rest it. And you can have your own seasonings if you want garlic powder in there, if you want some other herbs also in there, you can go have those. But for now I'm going to use the ones that Here's buttermilk. I have used 2/3, almost a little over 2/3 of a cup. I don't know if you can see in the light, but this buttermilk I have, I've shown you, this is yeast that I'm going to use. So I'll use about 2 teaspoons of this yeast, and then these are carom seeds. I'm going to use 1.5 teaspoon of the carom seeds, and I'll show you how to break them into the flour when we are mixing with it, and salt. So I'll use about 1/2 teaspoon of salt. This gets pretty salty, so maybe 3/4 teaspoon, half and another half. I'll just check while I'm doing. So let's start with salt. That's 1 teaspoon, half a teaspoon. I think I can go with another half. So that's 1 teaspoon. And then I'll mix these, all of them. Yeast and baking powder. Now work through the dough. So I have used 1 whole cup of water. of this glass, so it should be like half a cup regular. You can use it how much ever you want. The consistency here should be loose and not too tight like this. It should be it should not be very tight. It should be loose and good. So the water is warm water, so make sure you use warm water. I'm going to use a little bit of oil to top it, so that I can press it and leave it at room temperature, or my oven is running, otherwise I would turn the lights on in the oven and then let it sit there for a few hours. So I have to cover cook it, and then I have to cover this and let it sit for some time. So here you go, you're almost ready, and then just cover it. So I've chopped butter. This is 5 tablespoons of chopped butter. I'm going to put it back in the fridge until this thing gets done. And then before making, I'll add the butter. So that way we have given the dough enough time to rise, and the butter is still cold when you're mixing with it. So when you mix it, finally the butter is cold, and when you cook it, it'll form space and bubbles and make it more lighter. So my idea is to do it the regular pastry type, which makes it more crispy and fluffy, but since this is almond meal, it still gives a good texture. So here it's covered. I'm going to rest it for some time and not do anything until a few hours. Okay, so I have a Zoom invite for ladies dance for Mom's Day. So they're doing a ladies dance thing and doing some online games and stuff from my friends. So I'll go and enjoy that and then check back with the cauliflower thing. Bye bye. Hey guys, so this is the buttermilk dough that I had fixed a couple hours before. So it's not risen, but it's at least more softer than before. It feels fluffy. So if you see, actually adjust this. Okay, so if you see this, it looks a little more fluffy. What I'm going to do, it's already very soft. What I'm going to do is add this chopped butter. It's gold and it's 5 tablespoons of chopped butter. The reason I chopped it because I wanted this to just to remain cold and mix in the dough, and when I bake it, it kind of fluffs it up and gives the bread a very nice pastry kind of texture. So let's try that and mix this thoroughly. Then what I'll do is make small balls and arrange them in this pan here. So I already have the pan with a little bit of oil in it. I will spread the oil across, brush it well on the sides and the bottom because I don't want the biscuits to stick. And then when I'm ready, I will make these balls and drop it in them. So we'll go through this together. So here it's ready. What I'm gonna do is take some olive oil, dip my hands and rub it on my palm so it doesn't stick, and then take this much ball and make round like this. So you see butter is also there inside. You can see the yellow, it's not completely melted. So I'll make a loose ball. I won't really actually knead it tightly, and when it's ready, drop it in here. Okay, so likewise I'm going to make all of this and drop it in here in a circle. So let's see how So here it is. They look really nice, well done. And actually I had it on for a longer time. This time I didn't add more butter, so just about 5 tablespoons, but I add sometimes 6 to 7 tablespoons, so it kind of, and make it a little more softer, so it kind of rises more. But this is like a little bit hard buttermilk biscuit, which is good too. Let's break it open. And I have put it in the oven for like about 30 minutes first on 355 to 360. You know how it looks? It's yummy inside. It's done well. It's cooked. It's really cooked. It's really well cooked. And it's almond flour, so you wouldn't have it rising. So it's done at the bottom, done on the top. It's perfect. So enjoy. I hope you like the recipe and you can enjoy this making it home. All right, take care.